Yes people, what is going on? So for all you central midfielders out there, I'm going to show you a full training session that you can do to improve your football ability. Also, if you're not a central midfielder, a lot of these drills cover very basic football skills, so you can incorporate some of these drills into your training program as well. But yeah, that's enough talk from me. Let's get on with the session. Bosh. So before I start any of my training sessions, I'll perform my dynamic warm-up. It's absolutely crucial before any training session to perform a dynamic warm-up, as it gets our bodies prepared for the session ahead. A dynamic warm-up increases our range of motion and our blood flow in those muscle groups that we're working on throughout the session. Alongside reducing the risk of injury, a dynamic warm-up can also improve our performance. So with this dynamic warm-up, set a starting point and place a cone approximately 5 meters away from you, and start off with a few jogs back and forth around the cone. After you've performed a couple of jogs, start to incorporate some dynamic stretches into your warm-up. With the dynamic stretches, focus on muscle groups that you're working on throughout the session. It is also important to remember that this is the warm-up, so gradually increase the range of motion in those dynamic stretches, as we don't want to get injured before the session has even started. After I've gone a few minutes going back and forth from one cone to the other and performing those dynamic stretches, I tend to just give myself around 30 seconds to a minute to dynamically stretch any muscles that feel tight. So I tend to get tight hamstrings on both of my legs, so always just give myself a bit of time to do some straight leg kicks and ensure they have good range of motion and that they're ready to go. If you have other muscle groups that are tight, then this is the period to get them stretched out. So after we perform the dynamic warm-up, it's now time to get the ball out and work on moving and manipulating the ball in tight spaces. So this particular drill is still part of our warm-up, and we want to use this drill to get us comfortable when in possession of the ball. Also, with that being said, as a central midfield player, it is important that you're able to move and manipulate the ball quickly in different directions. So for this drill, look to set up a 2x2 meter square with one cone in the middle. Look to complete 4 sets of this drill, with one set being 2 complete laps, 1 lap each way. So after finishing the dribbling and therefore the warm-up, it's now time to get into the first drill of the session. The first drill we're going to be performing is an angled passing drill. As a central midfielder, it is important that you're able to move off and create angles to receive the ball. By moving off at an angle to receive the ball, you will put yourself in a better body position to play your next pass. Also, by adjusting your angle when you receive the ball, you will have a better picture of the play when receiving it. Say for example, if you receive the ball square on, it's a lot harder to determine what is actually around you. Also for this drill, try to receive the ball on your back foot, really opening those hips and setting yourself up for that next pass. Look to perform 4 sets of this drill, with one set being 12 passes. The next drill we're going to go through is the pass to Minecraft drill. As I mentioned previously, as a central midfielder, it is important that you can move and manipulate the ball in tight spaces. In a match, you may find yourself in a situation in which you're surrounded by players and you have to move the ball quickly to get out of that situation and make a pass. This drill is not only great for replicating that scenario, but it's also great for working on 2 skills that are very important for central midfielders: passing and dribbling. Look to perform 4 sets of this drill, with one set being 8 passes. After the pass to Minecraft drill, the next drill we're going to be performing is the bounce and switch drill. As important as it is that you're able to pass and receive the ball in tight spaces, it is also important that you're able to open up the play and successfully complete a long pass. This drill is very similar to what can happen in a match. Playing in central midfield, you may need to play a few short passes between your teammates, drawing your position in before switching the play and into the space. Look to perform 4 sets of this drill, with one set being 6 passes. Look to also vary the types of passes you are doing throughout this drill. Also remember to practice with both feet. The next drill we're going to be performing is the Minecraft set and shoot. As a central midfield player, you will be required to be an attacking option for your team. So with that being said, it is important that you practice your shooting to ensure you give yourself the best opportunity of scoring some goals. This drill is a very good shooting drill for central midfield players. The Minecraft enables you to practice moving and manipulating the ball in tight spaces, and with the set and shot, this is a great exercise for working on replicating a 1-2 with a striker before taking a shot at goal. Look to perform 4 sets of this drill, with 1 set being 6 shots. Look to also use both feet throughout. The final drill we're going to be performing is shuttle runs, and this is to work on our fitness. So as a central midfielder, it is extremely important that you're as fit as you possibly can be. Central midfielders are often required to cover a lot of ground, so it's important that you can match the physical demands of the game. Shuttle runs are a particularly good drill for central midfielders, as they also include a lot of turning and changing direction, something you would do a lot in that position. Look to perform 8 sets of this drill, each set should be followed by 30 seconds rest. Before we end the session, it's important that we perform a few static stretches. This is so we can reduce the impact of DOMS, otherwise known as delayed onset muscle soreness, and make sure we are prepared for the next session. With this session being very demanding on your legs, look to stretch all the major muscle groups in your lower body. Look to stretch for around 20 to 30 seconds on each leg before finishing the session.
So that is a full training session that is specifically designed for central midfield players. Like I said beforehand as well, even if you're not a central midfield player, a lot of these drills cover the very basic football skills, so you can incorporate some of these drills into your own training program, even if you're not a central midfield player. But yeah, that's enough talk from me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. But until next time,